Hey everybody, welcome back. In this video I'm going to show you how to play the guitar solo from the classic Black Sabbath song Paranoid. Now it was actually one of my sons, Alex, who requested that I make him a video of this, and I thought, well, if I'm going to record it, I might as well make one for the rest of YouTube too. And you know, this song actually almost never happened. It was an afterthought. The producer said they needed to fill some space to make a full album, and so they wrote the song really quickly, which means Tony wrote the solo really quickly, so it almost never came to be. But thankfully it did, and it really has stood the test of time as one of the most classic metal songs ever, and the blueprint for so many to come after it. Now the first thing I'm going to do is play the entire solo for you slowly with the tabs on the screen. That way the more advanced players can get through this more quickly. Then after that, for everyone else, I'll break it down note by note. Let's go. Alright, section 1 goes like this at normal and then slow speed. We're going to break it up into 4 boxes, and in the first one we play this. Now we start with a pre-bend. Okay, if you're not familiar with that, I'll explain it. Basically, you bend the note up before you hit it with your pick. Okay, so we're at the 9th fret of the G string. We're bending it up 1.5 steps, hitting it, and then coming down. Okay, it's like taking the note from here to here. All right, so it's a pre-bend. After that, when you get to the bottom of the bend, you pull off to 7. And then hold it for a tiny bit, hammer on to 9, give it vibrato. All right? Then in the second box, we play this. So it's 9th fret of G followed by 7. And then 9 again followed by 7, this time with a pull off. Okay, so far in the second box. Then we're going to play 9th fret of D, quickly slide down to 7. Okay? It's a very quick slide. Then in the third box, we play this. So it's 5th fret of D, hammer on to 7 twice. And then 5th fret of A, hammer on to 7. And then 7 on A 2 more times. Here's that third box again, slowly. Then in the fourth and final box, we play this. So you're playing the 5th fret of D, and then the 7th fret of A, add vibrato to the A string. Then you play the 7th fret of A 2 more times while you're continuing the vibrato, but on the last 7th fret note, you end the vibrato, okay? Now, if you listen very closely to the original, that second time you play the 7th fret on the A string, it comes in a little bit early. So keep that in mind. I don't think it was intentional on Tony's part. I guess it was probably a one-take solo, and he just kept it. But keep that in mind. If you sound like you're off, you aren't off technically. It's really Tony was off. All right, let's play section 1 one more time at slow and then normal speed. All right, let's move on to section 2. Here's section 2 at normal and then slow speed. We'll break this one up into 3 boxes, and in the first we play this. So we'll play the 5th fret of D, hammer on to 7, and then 7 of D, slide up to 9, so far. Then 7 of G, hammer on to 9, and play 9 again. Here's that first box, slowly. Then in the second box, we play this. Now, with that first note there, you're playing the 7th fret of the G, and you're sliding it up to 9. But you'll notice that I intentionally kind of drag it across the 8th fret. You don't have to do that. You can just slide right up. But if you listen closely, when Tony was playing the solo, he kind of dragged past that fret. So you guys know I like to capture every little nuance in the playing. And then 8th fret of B, followed by 10th fret. So far in the second box. Then we've got another pre-bend, like we did at the beginning. So this time, you're at the 10th fret of the B string, bending it up a half a step, bring it down, pull off to 8. Do that twice. Okay? So a half step is like bringing it down from here to here. Okay? And then 10th fret of B one more time. Here's that second box again, slowly. Then in the third box, we play this. So it's 8th fret of B, followed by 9th fret of G twice. And then 7 of G, hammer on to 9, and then play 9 again. That last box again. Let's tie those 3 boxes together and play section 2 one more time at slow and then normal speed. All right, let's move on to section 3. Here's section 3 at normal and then slow speed. So we'll break it up into 3 boxes, and in the first one we do this. Let me play that slowly. So we'll start by sliding quickly from the 9th fret of the G up to the 14th fret, and then 12 of B, 12 of E, and then 15 of B, so far. Then we're going to bend up at the 15th fret of the B string, quick vibrato, bring it back down halfway. If you don't have to come down halfway if you don't want. You can come down all the way. You guys know that I just like to get it as accurate as possible. And then with the second bend, again, 15th fret, bend up, and then halfway down. Again, you can come down all the way if you want, but if you listen closely, he only comes down halfway on the recording. And then finally, we've got a 15th fret B string bend, a pre-bend half step up, followed by 12th fret. It's like playing 16 and then 12. But you've got a pre-bend at the 15th. Now I know that might be kind of tricky to play that exactly how I played it and how Tony played it. So I'm going to show you a simpler way in just a second. But first, let me play that first box again one more time at normal and then slow speed. Now here's the easy way. Okay, so what I did there is after going, then instead of doing all those tricky bends, you're just going to bend up at the 15th fret, up and down twice, followed by 15B, 12B. Okay? If you do it that way, it's much simpler and most people won't know the difference. And then in the second box, we play this. Let me play that slowly. And again, I'll show you a simpler way to play it in just a minute. But what we're doing is we're playing 15th fret of the high E, bend it up, do that twice. Then you bend it up a third time, but this time you bring it back down and pull off to 12. So far. Then you're going to play 15 of high E, pull off to 12. And then 15 of B and 12 of E together. Okay. And then 15 of high E, pull off to 12. And then 15 of B with a little quarter step bend. Let me play that box again slowly. Now here's a simpler way of playing it. So what I did basically is you can see that instead of playing 12 and 15 together, like 12 of high E and 15 of B, you just play the B string. And at the end, instead of doing the quarter step bend, you just play the 15th fret of B. Okay? That's the simpler approach. Most people won't know the difference. And then finally, in the last box, we play this. Slowly. So we start with 15 of B, pull off to 12, and then a 14th fret G string bend up. It's a full step up. And then 12 B, 12 high E. So far in that third box. And then 15 of B, pull off to 12. And then 14 of G twice, pull off to 12. 14 D. So far in that third box. And then 12 of G, followed by 14 of G. And then with the 14th G string note, you're going to bend it up roughly 3/4, give it some vibrato, bring it back down. And then pull off to 12. Let's play that third box again slowly. Now if you want to make that simpler, you can always just cut out that vibrato on the 14th fret bend and play it like this. And again, most people won't know the difference. All right, here's section 3 one more time at slow and then normal speed. All right, let's move on to the final section, section 4. Okay, here's section 4, the final section, at normal and then slow speed. We'll break it up into 3 boxes, and in the first we play this. So we start with a 14th fret G string bend up, a full step, followed by 12 on G, hammer on to 14, pull off to 12. Then 14 D, 12 G, 14 D. So far. And then 14 of D, pull off to 12. 14A, 12D. Here's that first box again, slowly. Then in the second box, we play this. So it's 12 on A, 10 on A, and then 12, pull off to 10. 12E, so far in the second box. And then 12 of A, hold it for a tiny bit, slide up to 14. And then 12 on D. Here's that second box again, slowly. Then in the third box, we play this. So it's 12 on D, hammer on to 14. And then 12G, 14D, 12D. And then 14 of A, Instead of picking it, you just hammer onto it. So far, you can pick that 14th note if you want, like. But when I listen carefully, it sounds like Tony just kind of hammered onto it without picking it. Either way, you should be fine. And then 14D, 12D, 14D, slide down. Here's that third box again, slowly. All right, let's play section 4 one more time at slow and then normal speed. Alright, that was my lesson on how to play the solo from the song Paranoid from Black Sabbath. If you found it helpful or informative, I would appreciate a thumbs up, and please hit that subscribe button if you have not done so already. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and I will attempt to answer them as time allows. Until next time, rock on.